Okay, we should be live. Okay, so welcome to the Lightning Hacksprint here from Fulmo. Again, this is the kickoff. This is now the next kind of 24 hours. We will have our kind of online event. Of course, we all love to do again event in real. Hopefully soon again, but until now, this kind of doing the hack sprints online, I think, is a good time to come together and develop together with on open source projects in the Bitcoin and Lightning field. So this is a hack sprint. So at the moment, this is not a hackathon like a classic hackathon. It's more like a gathering for 24 hours to bring projects together and bring them a step forward, so they can meet and they maybe can invite new people to join. They can show maybe a little bit their progress, and so it get a step forward. But even if you come with a kind of very fresh idea you have about Lightning, what you could do with this new kind of payment network, or what you like to extend, or a feature that you're missing somewhere but you really want to see, this is also definitely something to join in, to share here, and I will show you where you can still do this. So let's give you an overview. How do we get started? Where you get started is the wiki, and the wiki is wiki.fulmo.org. And let me bring this up on the screen over here. Let me see the challenges. Okay, so this is the wiki.fulmo.org. This is where we kind of get all the basic information you need and all the other links to get through. I think you've already found this because this is where we have the live stream link. So I think most people already are on the wiki. So what we have as a basic schedule, we already did the warm-up. That was just a small gathering to get people prepared. We are now in the kickoff, and we will kind of, for the next 24 hours, we will hack on our projects and exchange, and then we will have a wrap-up also as a live stream where we kind of try to get all those, a little bit collect a little bit what happened, and also have a kind of live stream and a recording of that afterwards. So that's kind of a little bit of demo time where people can then show their projects and what they were hacking on in a kind of live stream. But that's not all. That's kind of just the basic points. You're absolutely open and invited to show more and discuss, and this is all in the self-organized sessions. So if you follow here the link, self-organized sessions, you can see there's already a time schedule here. This doesn't need to be final. Even times can change. So always maybe check back on, if you're interested in something, check if the time has changed. Also, check if what's your local time, because those are all kind of Berlin Central European time zones times. But here is the link to the World Time Zone Converter, so you can quickly kind of figure out when it's exactly starting in your area. And most of the sessions use a Jitsi room. I will show you shortly how you can set one up or yourself if you want to do your own room or your own self-organized session. But here's always the link how to join the event, and maybe people do a live stream or they choose the link where they like to meet and discuss. Again, those doesn't need to be all just presentations. This is also the self-organizations can be also just kind of a question and answer, or a kind of demo time, or just to discuss an idea. So even if you still have an idea you're thinking about, or a problem you're pondering on, feel free to create your own kind of session over here. Here's a link where you can help you, or we tell you how to set up your own session, how to edit the wiki. And if you have a problem with the wiki or something, or need something, you just kind of ping me on the MetaMost. I will show you shortly, and then I will give you all the rights to put in your session and stuff. So this is open for you. This is self-organized sessions. So let's see what we have for you here. There will be in not even less than an hour, we will have Alex Bosworth kind of giving us an overview over Lightning routing and how to building this new economy here over here. Alex Bosworth is somebody who's very experienced at operating Lightning node, coming from Lightning Labs, definitely an expert there, big experience over there. So lots to learn here, and you can ask questions. So this is definitely something very exciting. If you just have a node running and you maybe even not a programmer, but you have a node running, you can learn a lot here how you can optimize and become really a part of here. So we're replacing some of the payments networks that we have out there, like Visa and MasterCard, and we will replace it with a Lightning network. That would be great. So definitely something to check out. Then an hour later, we will have netpositive.money, which is an initiative that talks about how we can compensate and offset maybe the CO2 footprint Bitcoin mining has. And it will, in this session, will be showed a little bit about the project. We discussed about the project, and especially a little bit what's there to hack on, because it's more often tool set that's provided, like a calculator where you can calculate a CO2 footprint and all the stuff. And we want to make this more and more easy for people to use, and also to gather data and how we can really see and build statistics and all those stuff. So if you're UX and you're a little bit like programming, definitely something also to check out, but also if you just want to see what this project is in detail. Then we have next hour later, we will have the Raspberry Blitz as a self-organized session. So there's a new release candidate prepared for the Hacksprint. So this is something to check out, and we will show what will be in this release candidate, or what's upcoming with the 1.7. And also there was a lot of discussion that the Raspberry Blitz is in desperate need for a good web UI. A lot of people want that from a full node project. I think it's definitely time that something is happening there. So if you're interested also, or maybe interested in helping out, if you're web programmer or designer, or even you have a project already that has a web UI and could maybe reutilize something, just an idea. It's like to see where this can go. It's an open kind of team discussion over there also. I think OpenOMS will also join there. And then that's the kind of sessions we have for today. So still there are some slots to take. So even you can use the whole night to set up your own sessions. Doesn't need to be an hour long. It can be shorter, no problem. This is all good. Then tomorrow we have some more sessions going up. We will start at 3 Berlin time here with a little bit more open discussion about open source and full nodes. Privlanko Kamel will join, I think, there. There was a lot of discussions with Umbrel, Raspberry Blitz, and all those stuff. So I think this is definitely an open discussion where we can explore if it's where the real problems are, and maybe what's to change and what's important here. So definitely something, even if you're just a node operator, you have a full node running, a Lightning node running, this is something to maybe take a look in and see if you're comfortable with the node you're running at the moment. That's your decision in the end to make. Then we have at 4 we have René Pickard asking just more for a smaller session and seeking for somebody or people that are interested in deep into math, because he has one problem he's pondering on, and he likes to have somebody to go deeper in here. As far as I understood here, it's about flow problems and probabilistic graphs. So yeah, by talking here. So it's about, as far as I heard, is about finding, preparing multipass payments problems in that case, but it will be really about this mathematical problem in specific. So if you have any deep interest there or scientific background in that area, that's definitely something to join to help René here out and come to a good solution. And then we have on Sunday, we have the presentation of the Chaos machine. So this is from Lolle. So it's a machine where you put fiat bills in and it burns it. It was part of Room 77 for a time. So it's an art project. Okay, something happened out there. It's an art project, and definitely interested to see the demo here, and definitely think there's question and answers possible. Links coming up soon, so this will be updated, I think, by tomorrow, no problem. And then at 6 we have our wrap up. So this is where I collect a little bit all the results, and after that I heard about the Mint Gox. This is where Lightning and Bitcoin meets gaming and esports. So there's definitely, if you want to still spend your Sunday with a little bit more fun with gaming, and after maybe all this talk and stuff, you want to get a little bit like your reactions going, this is then I think a good thing to join over to the MintGox event. And here's the link for you if you then want to go there tomorrow after we kind of did the wrap up. Again, those are the self-organized sessions. Those you can join. But the main part is are the challenges people are working on. So let's go into the challenges. Those are kind of projects that kind of raised the hand and were saying, okay, let's work the next kind of hours here and push a little bit forward. The Raspberry Blitz, of course, are coming from my side, and OpenArms will be available here. We have the 1.7 release candidate 1. We can talk about, again, as I was seeing in the self-organized session. There are some things to work on. I have linked over here. That's maybe to check out if you're on the wiki. You want to see if you're completely new to contributing to Raspberry Blitz. There's even a video linked here that explains a little bit how to get into it. But again, you're absolutely free to ask us questions. And always here with those projects, there's a link in the end where you can get in contact. Most of them are on our MetaMost chat platform, where you then just jump into the channel. You're just asking, hello, I have a question, maybe I can join. And again, you don't have to decide just on one project. It's absolutely no problem to jump between projects and see where you best fit in and get a feeling for. So this is where you go with the chat channels if you want to get more information about the Raspberry Blitz, or you just want to use the weekend to set up your Raspberry Blitz, or maybe you run into a problem and you want to get some support. That's definitely a place to go. Then we have the Wiki Lightning spam protection. We tried the prototype out on the last Hacksprint. We had Soldezach giving us a prototype for this. So the idea is with this wiki, for example, we're using here. In the beginning, we had it open, just to open for everybody. But then, of course, you get all those spam bots out there that just flooded with, I don't know, strange stuff. So so we needed to put something there. We had a password in the past that we didn't have to give people. That was okay-ish. But of course, there was this great idea of why not use Lightning for that. So this plugin now enables you, if you go to the wiki or make a new user, you can then you spend a Satoshi or two and to get kind of edit rights. So this is something the spam bots haven't figured out yet. Once they do, we maybe have to raise prices. But for now, it's dirt cheap. But again, there's still, we have it running as a prototype. Some people reported problems, and we have maybe to improve here a bit to get this stable. So if you have problems with getting editing rights, you can always send me your wiki name, your username on the wiki, and I can also give you manual rights. So if we run into problems, this is will work. We will figure something out, but it can still be improved. There could be ideas to make a pay per edit. So if somebody wants to do an edit and doesn't need a user, just kind of pays for Satoshis for editing, it could be a nice thing to go. And also an admin to make it more easy on the administration of this plugin. So we have a special site and stuff where you can a little bit more easy set prices and put the connections, the config and stuff that would be perfect. Great improvement over here. So if you would like to take a look here, here's the link to the chat room. Just go there. You find the code over here. That's definitely something for you. Then there is this the net positive money I was already talking about with the self-organized sessions. I think on the self-organized sessions, it's a great starting point to get an overview and see what's maybe there for you to hack on the weekend. And there's also, of course, a chat room you can join and just signal or tell us what your skills are, what your interests are, or maybe what your criticism is. Of course, this is also feedback is very much welcome. As long as it's constructive, very, very much welcome. So I think people are looking forward to see your feedbacks over here. So you can go in the chat room and also help out there. Then there is the IP tutor. That was is a project from Frankie, also part of the Raspberry Blitz team. And it's at the moment it's used on the Raspberry Blitz to make it easy for people that have their node running at home behind Tor to give them a public IP address to the outside so they can provide services. For example, where this comes very handy, even for personal use, is for if you have the Swings app, that's the chat app over Lightning, and you want to run it on your Raspberry Blitz, and you want to use it while you're on the go, while you're outside of your home, you need to be able to reach your your node at home with a correct certificate. And yeah, just let me check their live stream. Looks strange, but looks good. So this is definitely something that's very useful for running a node, and there's some improvements that could be done, maybe some simplifications, and also new collaborations, because frankly, getting more and more time limited here, so it would be very helpful to hear about people that are interesting in to develop that a little bit more. The shop was designed in Django, so if that's kind of your Python Django kind of area, I think this program could be interesting for you. Again, if you have questions, there's the link to the chat room. Then there is OpenDex. OpenDex is a protocol for unstoppable peer-to-peer trading. And there's a challenge out there to integrate it to the Raspberry Blitz, because finally the Raspberry Blitz is now moving to a 64-bit image. So, and I think there's even some Docker container is kind of prepared for that, for 60-bit operating system in ARM. So it could be an interesting thing to add this as an additional app you can install. Again, this is also with the 1.7 release candidate to look out for. And even there is now a possibility for additional apps to activate Docker if you really want to go that way. So this could be a good way to try this out. Again, here are the links. And there's even a nice background video, I think, from Parallelopolis, where Kilian is a little bit explaining a little bit more about the project. So if you want to take a look first, and this video, highly recommended. And again, if you want to ask direct questions on the project, or there's the link for the chat. Then there is the challenge about the Wikipedia article on Lightning. It's about the German Wikipedia, so this is a little bit more for the German-speaking audience. But it is that the Wikipedia editor team marked this article as outdated. This maybe shows a bit like how fast this whole scene has been moving the kind of last years. So there's definitely needed update here. So this is definitely for people that are not maybe programmers, but have a good understanding of the sphere and of Lightning, of the technology, and like to take a look here, maybe to improve really this Wikipedia article on Lightning. That would be much welcome, because I think at one point having just an outdated sticker, it would be great to have it up to date. Then we have two projects that want to make it easy to pay on the with Lightning while you're surfing. And the one is over here, the first one is a Lightning browser extension. There were projects like Joule in the past, but I think there was some not maintained anymore. I have to check this out, but at least there was some good reasons to maybe get a fresh start here. And this is already started on the last Hacksprint, so definitely something to check out. And maybe you can still jump in here. So if you're a little bit more especially I think here asked for React front end framework. So just kind of the area, I think definitely interesting to take a look. And the money socket, already we had it during the last Hacksprint, is not working, not requiring an extension in a browser, but also make it possible, for example, for chat apps. There's a project repo for Money Socket chat app to work on, and also kind of send satoshis just like while you're chatting in a browser app. So also, I think quite similar, but a little bit different take. I think the projects are in contact with each other, so there's a lot of exchange happening. So even if you like project jumping, this is definitely two projects in that area to take a look at. And then we have from Lightning Labs, we have this, there's called Lightning Bulb. It's a kind of collection of resources and maybe ideas that you can use, for example, for this kind of Hacksprint, if you want to work on, or even maybe for a future weekend. You can maybe take a quick peek over here. If you take the link, you can see it's a builder's guide. So a lot of resources here if you're searching for some smaller idea or want to see where can I jump in or on what can I work on. It's very closely connected to what the people at Lightning Labs are doing. There's also like this native interface for Lightning on the web, streaming payments on social platforms, distributed distributed compute with Lightning. I haven't seen that, so that's cool. And a lot of kind of paying for your VPN so per Lightning, that would be great. This is something I'm doing personally with Mulvat, but I have to use a kind of third-party service to pay with Lightning for my VPN. So to have a little bit more better integration, I would love to see this. If anybody goes that way, please let me know. So a lot of good ideas here. So if you're still searching for inspiration and want to get in contact, so here's a direct link also to the L&D developer Slack. Especially if you have L&D questions, the developer Slack is always recommended to jump in there and ask the developers directly. And there's also a Discord server where you can reach them. And then there is Lightning payment-based online surveys. So you want to question people and you give a little bit incentive back for people answering questions. So also a good thing to take a look in. I think this sounds a bit more also like front-end work. So, but also I think always good implementation on the back end, always needed. So get in contact here with this chat room. And we have a cool project that we saw on a lot of hack days and hack sprints. This is the Lightning ATM by 21 is enough. This project is already quite evolved, but still stuff to tinker on. For example, the e-ink screens is something here. But even if you're just interested in kind of setting it up and working with it, so that's I think that's a channel where you can get support on this hardware tinkering. And we have was kind of a last minute, or at least a new addition is the Jam. It's an open source solution to host a Clubhouse-like audio room. So and you can just imagine what you can do with Lightning in there. So I think especially those new kind of formats. We saw this with podcasting 2.0. There's a lot of happening there with Satoshi payments, and I think such a new format like those Clubhouse audio rooms. Would be very interesting to integrate. There are also some Lightning possibilities, and especially if this is an open source solution, these are the projects you can then adapt to and make and contribute to. So definitely something here to look deeper into. So I think those were the projects that already kind of signaled interest. Again, if you still have a project, the best thing and you want to enter or exchange or find people, the best way also is, first of all, in the MetaMost chat, to go there, get your account. The link is here, Fulmo MetaMost. It's like an open source like group chat platform. So you just go in there, and you maybe just the first post is into the main channel. Let people know. What you also can do is, again, schedule a small self-organized session about your idea. Put it maybe on later today somewhere. Pick a spot and see if you can connect with people. But you don't need to always put a self-organized session in to get a Jitsi room. What you also can just do, you go to the meet.fulmo.org Jitsi. You just create a room there. You get a link, and then you can share this link just in a chat and say, we will just meet here in 15 minutes or something. Please, anybody likes to join, discuss something, you're very, very welcome to use the Jitsi we provide here to you from Fulmo. And then we have of course, the Wiki as our base platform. And here's again a little bit more how if you want to edit your Wiki and add your sessions and stuff to the Wiki. Here's a small tutorial again how to do it with the Lightning payment spam plugin. But again, if it's not working, just drop me the username of the Wiki, and I can give you edit rights. So that's also no problem. Just on the MetaMost, you find me under Rootsol. So just go there, no problem. What we have, one thing I think we have some here. We also have the idea of giving out bounties. So a little bit to incentivize maybe some people to work on projects, to give out maybe a small reward for presenting a prototype. Doesn't need to be a perfect product. On the last Hacksprint, we had the Wiki plugin. Again, it's a prototype. As you can see, we're trying this out this time and trying to improve it still. But that's cool. That's exactly what it's about. It's getting a start to try stuff out. And here is, for example, still to grab is the FinTS server bounty. Just to give you a quick idea here, if you are running your Lightning node as a business, you have to put it you need an easy way to get it into your bookkeeping. And there is a standard for that called FinTS, which is, I know it's not a complete open standard, but it's a standard that you can look up. And it would be great if you can build an API that speaks that standard, so that it would be very easy to just like a foreign account, you can just have it in your bookkeeping software. It's there's a small bounty here to grab. So just something I think very interesting. When you start working on this, please look up the details on the channel, on the challenge, and also let us know that you're working on, so that we very quickly know that somebody's doing this, and we can see the progress, what is happening. It would be nice, not just come at the end and say, I just did it. So also great, but please get in contact also with us, so that we can coordinate on this bounty and don't have kind of false expectations here, so that we, especially when it's about a reward, right? So people get sometimes misunderstandings or so. So just let us know if you're interested in that. It will be great. And there's still for grabs LMBits bounties. So LMBits is a platform. Also, we have it on Raspberry, but it's also on other platforms. So to make it very easy to build plugins. So if you have an idea to build, it's mostly Vue and Python. So this is if you want to build a small plugin here that can fit into the LMBits bounty, or into the LMBits platform, there's also a small bounty to grab. I hope again, get us contact with us if you're working on something, so we can make sure that this is still up. And again, a bounty is a great way if you're not a programmer. Maybe you come a little bit from the user side, but you want to incentivize somebody working on what you may be missing in the space. So that's always great to say, I like the bounty here. If somebody can show me a prototype on this, on that feature, especially if you improve an existing open source project, so it doesn't need to be a new complete project. If it just adds a feature to an existing project, that's perfect. Okay, those are the bounties. So I think we have quite a good overview for you to start. Any open questions that are still in the room, feel free now to jump over to our Fulmo MetaMost and there sign up and put your questions into the chat room. This is then there where we very, oh man, I need to drink something. It's a bit okay. It was long enough. I think everybody likes to start now. I really looking forward here. So yeah, let's go. The Hacksprint is on. Next 24 hours, we are good to go, and see you on the MetaMost, and then later tomorrow for the wrap up and for all the sessions we have coming up. See you there. Bye bye.